your information, I've just had a comparison of what the covariance-based SCM is and was used and what the PLS SCM. So normally, previously, until maybe 2-3 years before the covariance-based SCM was primarily the task was the theory testing, whereas the PLS-based SCM was more focused upon the theory confirmation. But now, as far as recently we have read the article of Ringel, they are claiming that even the PLS SCM could also be used for the theory thing, but yet it's not sure that to what extent we can use. The other thing which is important that PLS SCM can accommodate both reflective constructs and formative. I'll be having a very detailed discussion on it. That what do we mean by the reflective construct? What do we mean by the formative construct? So it has more ability to accommodate both kind of constructs, PLS SCM. The other very important thing about the PLS SCM is that it does not require the normally distributed data. So if the data is not normally distributed, so you can run the PLS SCM. But for the covariance-based SCM, obviously, we not only need the data to be normally distributed as all individual variables, but we also need the group normality of the data. So the individual data, individual variables should also be normally distributed as well as the group variable. As a variables as a group should also have a normality. So it requires a multivariate and univariate normality. Then the important thing about the sample size, normally the sample size, it is considered to be, I'll be just having a more discussion on it, that sample size, the PLS SCM is robust against the lower sample size, even if you have a sample size of 90 or 95, so it is well robust. But again, the sample size is not only dependent upon the numbers, it depends upon your population. I'll be discussing more about, but for the covariance-based SCM, we need the larger sample size. Maybe the minimum which is recommended is 300 observations. Then for covariance-based SCM, global model fits. It's very important to achieve the model fitness. Although in the PLS SCM, model fitness is available, but it's not necessary to get the model fitness, number one. And secondly, those model fitness are themselves being questioned at to what extent they are reliable in the context of the PLS SCM. The last, which is the comparison from the item perspective, that, as I asked you that we ask questions or we ask items in order to operationalize the construct. So covariance-based SCM, at least you should have 3 items or 3 questions in a construct in order to model that, in order to run that. But in the PLS SCM, even it could be run with the single item or with the 1 item. So just I'll be stopping by to get your feedback, but before I just like to share with you this slide, which is more comprehensive to explain what I have discussed in the previous slide. That, for example, for the sample size, as I told you, this is about the PLS SCM, that although it is well robust against a lower sample size, but the sample size depends upon your nature of population. It's not that, for example, it is robust against lower sample size, so we also should go for the lower sample size. We have to look into the nature of the population, what kind of population we are looking into, so that then we have to decide about the sample size. But if we have a constraint, we cannot go for the more numbers, so it is fine. We can even go with the smaller numbers. So this I have taken from Michael Heer's paper. Then distribution assumption, it is already written that it does not require, or it does not impose the distributional assumptions. Statistical power, which is very important, that this here et al. They have claimed in their paper in 2018, and even the recent paper in the European Journal of Management, they have claimed that PLS SCM's statistical power is higher, it's better as compared to the covariance-based SCM. And the last is the goodness of fit, obviously, which is, as I told you, that scholars themselves here and his colleagues, they are accepting that scholars have questioned whether the concept of model fit as applied in the covariance-based SCM is of the value to the PLS SCM or not. So yet the model fitness aspect in the PLS SCM is yet to be investigated or questioned.